Going live, hello, come on, let's see if this is working. I hope the live stream is set up correctly. Doo doo boo boo, ba doo boo doo boo. Am I on yet? Am I on yet? Is it gonna work? Let's see, I'm gonna keep singing until I see my weird face on the screen on YouTube. There we go. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm honestly tired. It's been a day. It's been a day, everybody. Oh, also, I forgot to close my door. 1 second, everybody. Whee! And coming back. There we go. When will Ensign Cricket do a live stream? I don't know. That's up to Ensign Cricket. He's a very busy ensign. Where's my hair? There it is. All right. You don't have sound. I think there is sound. I'm hearing it on my end. Yep, I'm definitely hearing it on my end. So there we go. Hello everybody. Hello Punk Rock. Hello Zig. Hello Opinions No One Cares About. McDud, AJ, Cappuccino, Crafts, Cade, Don, Miss Wicked Wolf, Enforcer, 6K, Continuum Trek. Hello everybody. You are all amazing. Yes, I see some people mentioning the flag here, the Federation flag right there. Seems very appropriate for today. I am super excited. As many of you may or may not know, if you haven't heard the news yet, I'm excited to be the one to tell you. But Star Trek Discovery has announced they are adding not only one, but two transgender / non-binary characters for next season, starting in Star Trek Discovery Season 3, which is airing this October. So, I mean, I knew that they were going to add a non-binary character. They had announced that like a year... Well, they didn't officially announce it. It was sort of like they leaked casting announcements and stuff like that. So we knew officially that it was going to happen, but the fact that we're getting two... Mwah! Mwah! I'm just so excited about it. I'm so pumped. Of course, Star Trek always... announces news that I need to do like really quick building, really quick videos on, like the day that I am super busy. Like I'm super busy today. I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm like super tired now. So it's like great, Star Trek. You always make me do videos on days that I don't have the time to do a video. But you know what? That's how it goes. Lore Reloaded. Thank you so much for the donation. You are a beautiful, wonderful person, and yes, I will get to it. There's the things here. We'll get to it. There's other stuff going on right now, and I'm very excited about it. So calm yourself. Look at this. I have it. It's coming. It's over here. I haven't worked on it in like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So let's see if I remember where the hell it's at. Also, if the box is fine, I may have to cancel it. I'm building it because I don't even remember how to do it. So we'll see. We'll figure it out together. It'll be wonderful. But yes, if you want to hear more of my thoughts on the transgender representation, I just did a video on it. Kind of goes over everything. I was also really proud of myself because generally when I do unscripted videos, I like kind of rant and repeat myself and just sort of make a lot of ums and ahs and all that jazz. But whenever I talk about transgender issues that I'm super excited about, never make like there's few mistakes in that video. There's a couple ums in here and there, but like I just rattled all that off fairly concisely. So I guess that just goes to tell you where like my brain is. Like I can talk about trans issues all day and get very excited about it. So I guess that's something cool about me, or weird about me. Probably a little bit of both. So yes, yes, yeah. So where was I? Transgender representation of Star Trek. Super pumped about it. And now we're going to do some model stuff because that's what I had planned to do. Let me fix this. There we go. So yeah, we're going to do model work. Like I said, I don't particularly remember where I was at. This might go incredibly badly. May only do it for 10 minutes and then give up and then just hang out in the chat. We'll see how it goes. But feel free, everyone, to hang out. Ask me questions. Happy to answer questions down there in the chat. So if you have any questions, I'll be looking up and down from the chat while I build the model. And we'll just have some fun and talk about stuff. Hello, Solstice. How are you? Okay. Oh, and Miss Wicked Wolf, I'll answer your question on I'm gonna switch this over real quick. Okay. So you get to see my little desk, my little. Look at it. It's Harley Quinn. Look at her. It's a Harley. Hi. All right. Let's see. I'm also planning. I know some people were asking about doing a tour of my room and all my little models over there on that shelf. I am planning on doing that for a video at some point. So, are you wearing the blue uniform from Commander Pips in honor of Dr. Crusher? No. This is just a costume that I wore. I have a bunch of Trek costumes, so I just whenever I do a video, I just pick a random one and put it on. Unless I'm like talking about a specific show, then I put on probably that show's uniform. But generally, I just sort of pick a random one. All right. Let's see, can you see that well? Or is it better if I go... There we go. That's probably a little bit better. So you're not like... Let me fix this because you're kind of getting a weird angle on my computer there. There we go. That's probably better. You have an interview tomorrow, Solstice. Congratulations. Is it for the place that you told me about last time? I don't want to say anything specific on a live stream, but is it for that place or is it somewhere else? I hope it goes well. Okay. When you said you were doing model, I thought you meant Claudia Schiffer or something. If only. If only. I need that. What is this? What? I don't remember this at all. When was this a thing? This is like a whole tube. Oh god, this is gonna be horrible. I'm sorry, everybody. This is just gonna go incredibly badly. I really have no idea where. Oh, I have vague recollections actually now where I was at. Let's see. So why no Discovery? Cause I don't have the model, lore. All right. You want to buy me the model? I'll make the Discovery model right here. Okay. I'm already doing Enterprise, which is another derided series. All right. I love the ugly ducklings of Star Trek. All right. You want to buy me the Discovery model? I will not say no to it. I will buy that. I will make that in a hot second. I don't have many Discovery toys, though. There's not many to buy, to be honest. Or, like, readily available outside of cons. It's kind of why I was looking forward to going to some cons this year. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But I wanted to buy just a crap ton of Discovery merch, to be honest with all of you. But we'll see how it all shakes out in the end. Oh, why no Discovery outfit? Because those are expensive. Like this was $30. All my other ones are like $30, $40 maybe. Discovery uniforms are like $100. So that's why. I mean, I have a Discovery like the jogging shirt, but yeah, no, the Discovery uniforms are expensive as hell. Probably because they're so nice. Yeah, I said it. I'm getting very antagonistic with you, Lore. I mean, I'm going to go to Las Vegas. I'm just more concerned that Las Vegas is not going to happen this year. We'll sort of see how that goes. I mean, if Las Vegas does actually happen, Lore, I will be there. And I'd say that to everybody else. All right, Lore Runner. Now Lore Runner's coming in here and question my streams. All right, what? You guys coming in here and just you know, being jerks. Lovely but wonderful, amazing jerks who are my friends. I'm not talking about like money-wise. Oh, you're talking about like the uniforms. I could probably afford the uniform, but like well, honestly, what it would be more is I could write it off as a business expense because I set up my YouTube channel now as a business expense. So anything that I buy for the channel, I can kind of write off, and I have a good tax guy for it. So not exactly money. It's more, do I want to upfront the money, which is the bigger question. But yes. Hey, Nathaniel Robinson, how are you? Welcome to the chat. I mean, if there is a Cerritos... I mean, to be honest with you, Lore Runner, to make a Cerritos model, I could probably do it just by getting a bunch of, like, Galaxy-class stuff and just bashing it together. I mean, it's literally a kit bash. That ship is literally a kit bash ship. So I probably could just do it that way. All right, let's figure out how to do this. So, again, number one, I haven't worked on this model in 3 weeks. Number two, I'm bad at models. So... just compounding the confusion here. I also don't have a light. Do I have a light? One second. Let me turn on the light a little bit. Oh, well, thank you, Lore Reloaded. You are lovely. Okay, fine. Thank you for donating. I will 100% now buy the Discovery Kit and make it for your amusement. Okay, so let's see. What do I have to do here? What are my thoughts on It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2? It Chapter 1, very solid film. It Chapter 2, I actually don't hate it as much as other people. It's definitely like overly repetitious of the first one and doesn't really say as much, but I enjoyed that. I just said thank you for the super chat, Lore. What are you doing? I just said thank you. I said thank you, and I will now buy the Discovery Kit. Thank you very much. Don't be coming in here and being a jerk. I mean, that's your shtick. What am I doing now? Gosh, you guys are too distracting. I can't do a model while I'm talking to you guys. All right, what am I doing? Give me a second, and I'll get back to the chat. I just need to figure out what the hell I'm even supposed to be doing at the moment. Yes. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. Don't need you. Okay. So, looking at this, I think I did everything on that part of it. Yes? Yes, I did. Yes. I did. Okay, so I can put that off to the side for right now. Now, I have here this part. This is the part that I was working on. Got that? Right. Got it. Okay. Okay. Scary. Okay. So 102 is the piece that I need. You didn't miss anything except for me being very snippy with Lore Reloaded. Opinions no one cares about. Ooh, Mike Harvey, what are your thoughts on Torchwood Children of Earth? Very good question. Actually, weirdly came up this week. I'm trying to get a friend of mine to watch it because she is I'm trying to get her into Doctor Who. She watched the first 3 series. She seems very lackluster on. I mean, she likes it. She doesn't hate it by any means, but she doesn't seem overly enthusiastic. But she did seem very interested in Torchwood when I described it to her. And I will say, Torchwood Children of Earth, one of my favorite series of any show, really. It was. I mean, there is a. I mean, minor spoiler. There is a bury your gaze moment in it, which broke my heart when I was a little kid, and it was before I even knew that bury your gaze was like a thing. It says it goes in for the top. I guess, yeah, that makes sense. It broke my heart, that scene. But that show is just that season is just so good because it's one of those discussions of bureaucracy that you watch and you're horrified by it. The things that those bureaucrats in that show have to talk about and decide are utterly horrifying. Is it supposed to go under or over? I think so. Yeah, so that's how it goes. It's horrifying, but you understand every single choice they make. It's one of those God, I don't know if I would have chosen any differently. I would hope I would, but what would you do in that situation? It's it's a horrible situation. You have to make a terrible, terrible choice, but you also are what other choice do you have? So yeah, I just love that because it was just very much discussions of how bureaucracy dehumanizes people, but also having to deal with with a no-win situation. It was so good, and the fact that the ending, they win, but still by doing something horrible is just beautiful. It's totally fine to not like Torchwood. You're allowed to not like whatever you want and don't like. That's totally fine. I will say, if you don't like Class, though, towards Doctor Who's spin-off Class. If you dislike Class, we're gonna. No, I hate Class. Is whatever. Class is terrible, actually. Is there a competition to see who can make the best takedown of the Phantom Menace videos? No. I just decided to make the Phantom Menace video because I was just tired of them. And then Lore Reloaded's also doing his thing. Go check out Lore Reloaded's. He has a whole channel dedicated to it that you should check out. And then Kowalski was doing his own thing. So we all just got tired of the Phantom Menace all at the same time. I mean, I've been tired of him for a while, but I guess we all just, Everyone just sort of gets frustrated at the same time. It's like one of those things. Okay, so next piece is 7? No, 106. 106. Wow. And also 7. But 7's right here. Might as well grab that while I have it in my hand. Come on. There's that. And 6. Piece 6. What are the Fandom Menace? Well, I don't want to talk about them too much because they are horrible. But essentially, they are a group of generally YouTubers, but not exclusive to YouTube, that they're the toxic fans. I mean, if you know what I'm talking about when I say toxic fans, that just hate on something to hate on it, get the rage clicks. They have very limited arguments about why they hate something, like, oh, Mary Sue's, oh, Gene Roddenberry's vision, oh, SJW's ruining track, blah, 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 blah. Same 5 or 6 arguments recycled over and over and over again. Generally just fueling by hate. They have no nuance and actual critical discussion. And generally they're using it to veil, like, very homophobic, transphobic, racist, and sexist views. Like thinly veiling that through, like, we're not talking about gay people being a problem. We're just talking about the SJWs trying to force gay people into our shows that we like, which is incredibly dumb. I've talked about it before. I won't get into the whole discussion on it. This is to say that this is not saying you can't have criticism of things because he's in the chat. I will say Lore Reloaded, not a huge fan of Star Trek Discovery, but he actually has, like, critical thoughts on why he dislikes Star Trek Discovery. He actually puts, like, more than a modicum of, like, thought into his critiques, which is more than Toxic Fandom does. So, like, please be critical of stuff. But just don't be a jerk, or even worse, a Nazi. Which, again, we don't know for sure, but Ketwowski found some possible links to certain Fandom Menace people being Nazis. But again, there's no conclusive evidence of that. But let's just say I wouldn't be surprised. Thank you very much, John Ferreira. You are a beautiful person. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that, John. You are absolutely wonderful. Where is this piece? Sorry, I didn't mean to go from you are wonderful to where the hell is this piece, but I'm trying to find it. Is it over here? I cannot do 2 things at once. Doing a model live is such a bad idea because I do not have the brain to multitask. And I like paying attention to people. Here we go. Got it. Okay. So 106 goes there. I think. Yes? How does that? Yeah. Oh, it's not supposed to have that. Oops. Yep, you go away. Climber. The clip you used when they called Star Trek Disgracing more than enough for me to never want to see a Phantom Menace video. You never do. They write generic like, I could literally write a Phantom Menace script right now for Star Trek Discovery season. Like, I already know what video they're doing right now on the news today about the transgender representation in Star Trek Discovery. Oh, the SJWs are infiltrating our Trek with non-binary and transgender people. Ooh, it's so horrible. How dare a show that's been about showing diversity of people actually show diverse people. Oh, I hate it. It should only be straight white dudes and everything. We can only have token character representation. You can be in the background of a couple shots. It's just dumb. It's just dim. Right, let's see. Yeah, I never played Star Trek Online. I want to play Star Trek Online. Lore Runner, if you're still in the chat, Lore Runner loves it. The only problem I have with Star Trek Online, I know that the story is fantastic. I've only heard nothing but great things about the story. But I just cannot, for the life of me, get into the combat of the game. Is this supposed to be on this side? I think it feels like it's supposed to be on that side. That seems to fit better. Or, oh, I see. There we go. That's how you do it. That's how we do. That's how we do. Let's see. Can't multitask. Does that make you a better crew member from the Cerritos? Yeah, I mean, to be honest, buffer time. No super spoilers, but the idea of buffer time is something I definitely understand and have done numerous times throughout my professional career. if we can call anything I do professional. The only thing I actually put actual full effort into is this channel. The fact that I can get up videos so freaking quickly. It's the only time I actually put the actual amount of effort into something that it would need to do it perfect. Star Trek Adventures. Oh, yeah. I do want to check that podcast. It's fun. I enjoy playing it. I play it with Lore Reloaded and Lore Runner. If you want to have some fun and listen to me be a horrible human being, I do a podcast with Lore Runner and Lore Reloaded called Star Trek Behind the Lines, where I do Star Trek RPG. We basically play the worst. First season, we're the most corrupt crew in Starfleet. Second season is we're the most inept crew in Starfleet. So take your pick. Also, we're terrible human beings, too. It's also rated R, by the way. We do have some not safe for work content in there. 107 again. All right, so let's see here. Star Trek Bridge Commander is what I've been playing a lot of late. Oh, see, the game that I want to play. Okay, so I'm debating. I could write it off as a business expense. I'm debating getting, and I also have a little bit of extra money because of the unemployment cash that came in, the extra 600. But I'm debating getting a nice editing computer because I could use a new editing computer because this one's kind of slowing down. But if I did that, then I can actually get a Windows computer, not a Mac, and I could actually play some Windows games. And one of the ones I want to play is Star Trek Elite Force, the original one. That would be so much fun to stream. Dear God, I would stream the crap out of that. I would play that all the time. I just want to play. I honestly just want to play Star Trek Elite Force again. I loved that game so much. And Star Trek Armada too was fun as well. What's your opinion on Rick Berman running of Trek? Rick Berman was a crap producer. Sure, there were some good things that happened under his tenure, but not always, but I generally think that the good things that happened in his tenure happened in spite of him, not necessarily because of him. The thing I will give him is that he did keep Trek running for a very long time, which is cool. I mean, he kept the franchise going for longer than it probably should have. Which, I mean, not should have, but probably would have under, more other people. So there is that benefit of him. But generally, he was just a very inept runner. He had such confined ideas of what Star Trek could be, unlike current showrunners. I say what you want about Kurtzman, but I do like the fact that he has expanded what Star Trek can be. And I do appreciate that very much about him. Sorry, I'm looking at this next piece. Also, Rick Berman was a sexist, misogynist, and I don't know for sure on this one, but it seems like he was homophobic as well. But he was 100% sexist and misogynist, that I can confirm. And I've done videos on it, which you should check out. Three. You guys always want me to talk about the negative stuff. Let me talk about something positive. Someone asked something about Ian Alexander. Did you hear Ian Alexander? Yes, I did hear. I talked about Lorcan. I talked about it at the top of the stream. I actually did a whole video on it. I am so pumped about it. I am so pumped. We're getting two transgender. Well, using transgender as an umbrella term, we're getting two transgender characters. They make the distinction between trans and non-binary. I generally use transgender as an umbrella term, and then a binary trans character. They make the distinction in the thing, and I don't want to define people against their, accidentally define people a way that they're not. But I just generally tend to use trans as a umbrella term that includes binary transgender people and non-binary transgender people. All right, piece number 3. Where is piece number 3? I'm actually doing pretty well on this. I'm actually proud of myself. Hopefully, it's exciting content. Well, exciting may be the wrong word, but hopefully it's good content. Are you guys enjoying this? Are you having fun watching me do a model, or you prefer me just talking at you? Oh, thank you very much, Emma Yodi. I really appreciate that. Oh, thank you so much. Tipping to celebrate the new characters on Discovery because well, thank you. Well, first off, thank you so much for the super chat. I could not think of the word. I really appreciate that. Also, I am so excited for the trans characters too. Are they not pandering to you by these characters? I mean, they are pandering to me specifically. Like not the community. Like me, like a transgender Trill, in Star Trek, that's like, it's literally, they went into my brain and were like, what does Jesse want in Star Trek Discovery? And then just vomited that onto a show. So if they're pandering to anybody, they're literally pandering to me. I'm sure I'm not the only one. The Trill, I'm sure, they're huge in the transgender community. So it's not just me. But I mean, like, like, I hate the term pander. What pandering is when it's like blatantly like, yeah, we're trying to do it. But like, Star Trek has always been about diversity and including more people. In fact, I'm honestly shocked that we haven't gotten like transgender or LGBTQ characters until this modern era of Trek. I mean, again, goes to Rick Berman, why that was a problem. So like, no. Phantom Menace will be like, it's pandering to the SJWs, but it's like, that's what Trek is about, and it's what humanity is about too. We should just have diverse people in things. I mean, like, look at the importance of different diversity to different representations, different communities, and how important that is. Where's this piece? Looking for this damn piece, and I cannot find it. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to stop talking for a second because I need to find... Aha! Ah-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha. 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 All right. Let's see. I love Trek and PC Tech. Would be neat to see a custom theme for your channel. Yeah, that'd be fun. Like I said, I need to figure out if it's monetarily feasible. I have debts to pay as well. I need to pay off my credit card. That's a whole different deal. Sorry, getting too serious here. Probably should pay that off before getting the computer, but paying off credit cards is no fun. Plus, our society's gonna hopefully end before I end my debt, so whatever. Sort of run it out until I either die or society ends. One of the two. Both seem feasible. Sorry, I'm getting depressing there. I will say, is it heartwarming that like everything that's happened today has like basically been predicted by Star Trek? So like a lot of the riots going on was predicted like in past tense on Deep Space Nine. I take that as like, which is awful, and I'm sad that it is happening, and I don't want to diminish their importance. But there's an element of me of like, maybe this is all necessary to get us to that Star Trekian future. Fit in the damn hole. I mean, wish it wasn't necessary. Necessary is again probably a strong word, but I do take some comfort in that fact. All right. Sorry, one second. This fell off. Haha. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm getting there, everybody. I'm getting there. Yeah, I should get like a tech tuber on here, and we should just we could do stuff. I do have a collaboration with someone who I've never actually worked with before that I'm super excited about coming up. They confirmed the other day. It is not someone who you would think I would collaborate with. Sorry, I'm teasing. And the video's the video's probably not even going to come out until next year. But I do have a collaboration with somebody that I'm excited about. So 4 and just 4. It's like, right? Yes. No. Yes. Yes. 4. 4 and 5. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to quick look for the piece again. Where are you, piece? Are you 4 and 5? Yes, no. Yes, you are. I'll take you. All right, let's see. Who is it? I won't say, because I want it to be a surprise. I think that's everything on this. So I can go in the trash. All right. Do you think Seth MacFarlane's The Orville benefits from having Star Trek alumni such as Brandon Braga, Robert Duncan McNeil, etc.? I mean, sure. I mean, look, as much as I love The Orville, I do like The Orville. I'm not criticizing it in any way. But let's be honest about what it is. And it is essentially Seth MacFarlane, who is one of the most powerful producers in all of Hollywood, getting, at the time, Fox to pay for his fan fiction and his fan film. And then he got all the people that made Star Trek to make his fan fiction. That's what it is. I mean, I'm not hating on it, but it started off as a pseudo parody, but now it's just become like a slightly less self-serious Star Trek: The Next Generation. That's not hating on it. That's just what it is. And I like it. I enjoy it. But that's just what it is. And that's totally fine. I mean, hell, if I had all that power, that's what I would do. I'd be like, hey, Fox, let's fund me my Deep Space Nine fanfic. So I don't hate him for doing it. In fact, I enjoy it. But, like, I mean, it does benefit from having the Star Trek alum because it's old Star Trek. That's just what it is. And I do think yes, I think it does blend comedy and drama pretty well. The only thing that I will say about the Orville is, and this is just because of the fact that it is comedy, it's like I don't see it lasting endlessly, you know? It is a derivation of what Trek is. So I don't see like the Orville spin-offs, like Orville The Next Generation. But I'm glad it exists. But the comedy in it, I think, ruins the like cohesiveness of the world. If that makes sense to me. If that makes sense to you. But again, I don't think that's the point of it either. So I don't know. I don't want to be negative because I do like it. Where do you go, my friend? You go here? Yes, you go there. Yes. Sorry, 1 second, everybody. There we go. And here's the next piece. Jesse, what is the best way to message you directly? I'm starting a nerd tech channel and might be able to work with you. Yes, if you want to message me, Twitter is generally a good place. DMs on Twitter. My DMs are open, as they say. I like the Orville. The Orville's fun. I especially think Season 2, much like Discovery Season 2, I think is where it like really started to find its voice. Season 1 was a bit rough because I think it was trying too hard to be a comedy, but that's not what it wanted to be. That's not what Seth MacFarlane really wanted it to be. So they started taking themselves more seriously in Season 2, and I think it really started to show that they found their voice. And I'm very excited for Season 3 of The Orville because I really think that they've started to hit on a thread that they like. So... Oh, Skyscanner, thank you so much. So glad to see you're getting to do a second model stream. Is model building a hobby you've been interested in outside of Trek? Thank you again for all your wonderful and informative content you make. Thank you so much, Skyscanner. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your kind words, and thank you for the super chat. But again, more importantly, just thank you for your kind words. I really do appreciate that. In terms of model building, no, I actually don't build models ever. This is my first model, really. I used to. Way back in the day, this is getting into Jesse Gender history time. Way back in the day, ironically, I worked at a Boy Scout camp for a Boy Scout camp, and I worked there for 10 summers in a row. Eventually became the assistant program director of the camp, and I will say that when I worked there, one of the jobs that I ran for about 4 years while I was there was wood carving. I ran wood carving for the longest time, so I actually know how to carve wood. I'm sure someone has a dirty thought in there. I mean, I brain went there. So you have my permission to make dirty jokes about it. But yes, I did teach wood carving for the longest time. So I do know how to carve wood. But in terms of model building, I am actually not all that great. But I seem to be doing okay. Seems to be working fine right now. It's not doing horrible. How's everyone enjoying this, by the way? Sorry, I'm getting self-conscious, but I just want to make sure this. Even though this is the second time I've done this, I'm still just want to make sure I'm staying entertaining and paying attention to the live stream. So if I'm not paying enough attention to you guys, or you guys want to talk about something more, please just rant at me a little bit. Because I'm trying to stay on. Have I seen the Sarah Jane Adventures? Oh God, so many kids nick themselves in Stuart C. So many kids nick themselves. I had to work very hard to teach them not to. But yeah, have I seen the Sarah Jane Adventures? Yes, I have. I thought it was fine. I mean, I like Sarah Jane, but it was fine. It was a kid show. It was a bit young for me at the time, but I enjoyed it for what it was. 22. Where is 22? Sorry, I'm just looking for a piece again. Aha. There we go. 22. There we are. I need to get like a knife or something. I think punk rock. Yeah, punk rock you. Well, apparently I'm going to be doing another one because Lore Reloaded just bought me a Discovery one. Or at least I have to buy a Discovery one with his money. Oh, gosh. Why is this not coming off? Yeah, I need a knife. There we go. There you go. Come on. There we are. Come on. There we go. Don't lose. There we go. Okay. And this goes... Where do you go? You go right there. Aha. There you go. Okay. Sorry, this piece is so small. Okay. Didn't drop. No. There we go. Come on. 1 second. I'll pay attention, chat, in just a second. Ah, get in there. You should get it in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Hey Jesse, love your channel. Just curious, do you think the Kelvin films should continue without Anton Yelkin? If so, how? Well, actually, I'm actually doing a video on that, and I actually just finished editing it last night. My video on Star Trek Bound, and I talked about Anton Yelkin. It was very important. He actually died on my birthday a few years ago, which was kind of saddening. I think they should. My argument will basically be is I think we need one more Kelvin film. Just to sort of wrap out the series, sort of like be the end of their 5-year mission, and we get to see them wrap out. The way I would do it is acknowledge his passing in the universe, and just say like, hey, he passed away, and maybe even mention it in the movie, or like have them go to his funeral or something. Or B, just he got transferred elsewhere, and he gets to have his missions elsewhere. That would probably be the nicest thing. I think that would just be like he got to transfer and do other things. And then you have Jayla take his place in terms of the crew. Have that character come back and have her sort of take his spot on the crew. Get in the staying hole. There we go. Get in the hole. There we go. So that's how I would do it. I think they should continue. But I do also know that like his death is one of the reasons that the cast has not been so enthused to come back, because he was part of their family, and like seeing him gone, he would just be conspicuous by his absence. So I'm also just checking. I think I did everything. Oh my gosh, I did it. I did that part. Okay. So on to the next section. Do I connect it now? It doesn't say connect them. Oh, I see. I gotta do one more part. Okay. Post-Fandom Menace. Yeah. I mean, I hope people just realize, like, I'm not trying to hate on Phantom Menace people. Like, I get it. I mean, I get it to a degree. Like, you don't like Discovery or Picard or things like that, and that's okay. I'm never saying that's okay. It's wrong to hate Discovery or Picard. That's fine. And these folks, the Phantom Menace, happen to be the loudest voices. And so you go to those people to vent your grievances because they're saying the things that you want to hear. And then they also say other terrible stuff as well. But people sort of ignore it because this feels like the only place where they can get their voices heard. And I want to try to be honest and open here. It's like this channel is welcome to anybody who, as long as you respect others and have nuanced thought and opinion, you're welcome here. Like, you are always welcome here. And I like Discovery and Picard. I am critical of those shows. I hope I am honest about being critical of them. But you're never, like, I want you to feel like you have a spot here. I saw a comment on one of Ketwalski's videos the other day, the one that he did about the Phantom Menace, where someone says, like, oh, I'm really sad to hear about this news about the Phantom Menace. It makes me very sad. Now I feel like I don't have a place to feel welcome because I don't want to support these people anymore. It's like, look, I mean, you don't have to support me specifically, but you are welcome. I know people like Ketwalski. I know Lore Reloaded. I know all these other people in the Steve Shives. Like, I know them. I am friends with a few of them, but at the very least I talk to them on fairly regularly, and they will always welcome you. As long as you're not a jerk. You know? As long as you're a kind human being who cares about others, who cares what your opinion is on Star Trek? Like, we're all here to have fun. We're here to enjoy Star Trek. And yes, Star Trek has a message that I think is important to hear. But I think we as a Trek community are so much more than just what the show is. You know? One of the things that, I even said it in my video today about the 2 new transgender cast members. It's like, the thing that gets me is, like, I am so excited to see a transgender. I'm going to stop making them up because I want to make this point very clear. I am so excited to see transgender characters in Star Trek. It will be very important to representation for trans people, for Star Trek in general, to have those characters in it, to show the diversity of humanity and everything. It's going to be fun. It's just going to be fun, and I'm very excited to watch it, to sit down and watch it and just see the joy that I feel at seeing a transgender character in Star Trek. I may actually cry. I am already kind of prepping myself that when I see those characters in Star Trek, I may cry. But what's more important to me is that feeling, is the feeling that I'm going to get. Not this sci-fi show. I love it. It's fun. I enjoy talking about it. But what's important to me is that feeling that I'm going to feel about seeing transgender characters on screen. The fact that there are other members of the transgender community who are Star Trek fans who have felt like they have not been fully seen for the longest time. Like we've found love in Star Trek through characters like Dax and things, and and the fact that Star Trek is a show that talks about inclusion, but we have felt like we haven't gotten to be fully seen as much as other people, and now we will. And I'm so happy for so many in the transgender community to see that, and I'm also so happy, and this is the important thing, that our community, because of this, because they're going to include transgender characters in Star Trek, our community is going to grow. And that's really beautiful. Like, there's going to be transgender kids. Because keep in mind, the transgender characters that are going to come in the show, they're played by young actors. And they're going to be younger characters, very young. And there's going to be young kids who are going to see that and get to feel represented and see young trans people represent them in a show. And then they're going to join the Trek community, which is a beautiful, beautiful place on the whole. Like, just this live stream right here is evidence of how beautiful that is. And I'm just happy that they're going to be able to join. And what's more, the 2 actors, Ian Alexander and Blue Del Barrio, I believe is the other actor's name, they're joining the Trek community too. Like, they just seem like wonderful, beautiful people. And I'm just so happy they get to join us. And so, and all in all, I'm just, the thing that's important to me is not that I will get to see trans characters in a sci-fi show, which I am excited about, but the fact that it will mean something to people and it will make this community grow exponentially. And that's, I think, the beautiful part of this news. Okay. Back to model building, now that I've done my little soapboxy call for community thing. Okay. 45 and 46, that's what I actually need. No. Yes. No. Your stupid model thing is not super helpful. 47. That's what I need. Okay, 47. Yeah, Mari Neckar, go check out my video on it. I have more information there. But yeah, they just introduced not 1, but 2 transgender characters to Star Trek. So that's very exciting. Where is this piece? Oh, thank you very much, Ilana Clark. Keep up great work. I'm a huge Star Trek fan, but I have to be honest, I'm more of a Frank Dune fan because of larger message. Take care. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hey, I've read Dune. Dune's great too. I'm very excited for the movie. Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time, so I'm very, very excited for that. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I mean, I don't think they would do that because, like, have him be a different person, just because it might feel disrespectful to Anton Yelkin to have, like, another person come in and be like, oh, I'm Chekhov. I mean, you could do that, but it would feel slightly like, and we've replaced him directly. You know what I mean? I don't think they probably wouldn't go for that because it would feel a little bit tasteless. But I mean, I like the theory in terms of just a nerd level. It makes sense. But in terms of like, talking about the actors and things, I don't think they would go for it. Here we are. That's the piece I was looking for. Okay. We are the Star Trek fandom. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We are the... That's hilarious. I love that. Okay. 47. Where does this piece go? It says it goes in there, but I don't see how that fits in there. What are you Oh, I see. I see. I see you. I see you, you little piece here. Oh my, oh yeah, fitting, yeah. Oh, that's satisfying. Is this why you like this punk rock? Just putting these together, it's just so satisfying to snap them in. Except for when they don't snap in, and then you get upset. There we go. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. That means I can now do this. You take replicator rations. Indeed. Actually, I probably should. Oh, did I do this backwards? Yeah, I should do that first. What is my uniform design? Favorite uniform design in Trek? Ooh. Ooh, that is hard. I will just say, having just watched Star Trek Beyond, I actually really love the jackets that they have. Like when they're on the planet, they have those like blue sort of zip up jackets. I actually really want one of those. I might ask for that for like Christmas or something, because those are nice. Those are nice jackets. So that's definitely up there. I do like the Discovery TOS version uniforms, like the one with the collar. That one's really nice. Sorry, I'm looking for this last piece. Yeah. What other ones do I like? I mean, the Nemesis ones, like, the, like, later DS9, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis uniforms, the, like, gray ones. Those are really sleek. So those are pretty nice. 23. So those are definitely up there. I would have to say probably the jackets, honestly. I will say that. I'll say it's the jackets. Bye, Enforcer 6K. Thank you for joining us. It was really nice seeing you. Where are you? You number 23. Of course, it's number 23. There we go. There you are. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Riker's beard or Picard's head? Okay, come on. Come on. Is that even a question? Riker's beard. Come on. Riker's beard always wins, unless it's Ethan Peck's beard, and then Ethan Peck's beard gets to win. Oh, by Robert Vleck. Gotcha. Oh, well, by Robert. Sorry, I missed if he's... I'm sure Robert's probably already left, but if you are still there, goodbye. Thank you for joining. Oh, no! Oh, no! Where did it go? Well, that piece may be lost to time. Yep. Well, that piece is gone. I do not see it. I'm sure I will find it when I need it, and I will just ignore that it existed. It was a very small piece. No one cares anyways. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to ignore it. It didn't happen. No one saw anything. And we'll just put this piece on here. Gosh darn. There's a tiny piece for this spot. Sorry, one second. I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to do something weird. There we go. I got it in there. All right. That part said peace out. Good job, Wellington. I'll take that pun. I like it. Okay. All right. Pleasure to finally send you a message. What class of star ship would you love to see cameo in lower decks? Ooh, I would love to see the NX refit as well. The NX refit is great. I mean, my two favorite ships in all of Star Trek are the Enterprise E and the NX-01, which is why I'm building the NX-01 here. So those are my two favorites in all of Star Trek, I should say. This goes that way? Yes? No? Maybe so? Goes this way. Does it bow? So I gotta look. It bows in. So it's actually this way. I have my NX-01 model over there. Oh, I got one more piece left. 104. What do you think of the copy paste in Picard? Yeah, I mean, that was kind of sad. To be honest, though, I understand it. Those effects houses are overworked. So I understand them kind of copy pasting. It was a bit disappointing, but I also understand why there was that chip. Honest to God, the bigger problem that I had, and I think I talked about this in my review of it, but my bigger problem with that was not the fact that it was copy paste and that there were like a bazillion, not that they were the same ship. My biggest problem was the fact that there were so many of not just the Starfleet fleet, but also the Romulan fleet. There were so many ships, and we've never seen that many ships in Star Trek in one place, and it just felt like egregious in scale, you know, because like when you're watching the Romulan battle, there's like a bazillion ships. And I feel all those ships could have circled the planet, but no, they all work as like one heading right at the planet at the same time. And I'm like, you have a gazillion ships, spread them out and have them do other things. They're fighting like one ship and like some flower stuff. Spread them out. All you need to do is shoot the planet with one photon torpedo. One photon torpedo needs to get through. So like, just use any of them. And if the ships had been like 20, if they had like 20 ships, it would have made sense to me. But the fact that there's like a bazillion Romulan ships and a bazillion Star Trek ships, that's what bothered me. And it's again, this is someone who likes Picard, the show. But it's just a problem with modern Trek is just that escalation of scale. Like everything needs to be like size times 10. And I don't think you need that, you know? You can bring it down a little bit. And I think it would work just as fine. You don't need the stakes to be like up to 11 every single time. And visually, I should say, because the stakes would have been at 11 either way, because the galaxy was at stake, even if they had less ships. But it's just like you don't need visually the stakes to be at an 11 every single time. It just kind of makes zero sense, and it gets tiresome, honestly. And again, that's someone who likes Picard, but that was something that did bother me in the grand scheme of things. Cool. Look at that, everybody. Look at I did this thing. I did that. Look at that. Aren't you proud? Be proud of me. Oh, and thank you, Comchia. Apologies for if I screwed up your name. Thank you, Comchia 430. I really appreciate that. I love the NX class. It does remind me of the Akira class, and I really appreciate the super chat. Okay. So that's there. What kind of Thanksgiving stuffing do you prefer? Sage cornbread stuffing. I love cornbread stuffing. Absolutely adore cornbread stuffing. What do you think of Kristen Byers' interview? She stated clans had previously always been presented as the bad guys. I mean, I need to hear the context, but I mean, they kind of were. I mean, not always. I mean, Deep Space Nine kind of showed them as the good guys, but they were played as like either. I think the only like good Klingons really, like long-lasting ones, were Worf and Martok. All the rest were kind of idiots. Gowron had his moments, and I guess Gorkon too. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it is overly simplistic to say they were all these the bad guys, but I don't know. You could see them that way, I guess. I mean, there is a problem with like their very ethos is kind of against what Starfleet's ethos is just as a whole. Sorry, I'm looking for a piece. I think I might actually. You know what? Time is it? I'm actually gonna wrap this out because this seems like a natural stopping point. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to hang out with the chat for a little bit, because then I can actually talk a little bit more clearly and wrap things out. And we'll finish this up next time, because I am so close to being done. I just wanted to focus on this. I'm going to put this all away. All right. There's that. There's that. There's that. We'll finish this next week. And then, here we go. And then we'll talk. I just saw the super chat. I will thank you for it in just a second. I just want to make sure I get this in. Don't worry, I did not miss the super chat. Whoever sent it, I just want to get this in before I comment on it. I think I put this in upside down. That's okay. Okay. Put that away. I'm going to switch this over here. Do this. All right, let's talk a little bit longer, chat. I'll hang out for another 10 minutes or so. Edward Bedor, thank you so much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Can the next Star Trek series be about exploring into a different galaxy? I think it would be cool to go beyond the Milky Way galaxy. Yes, that would actually be fantastic. You could do would just be Star Trek Andromeda, which I think was a Gene Rod, like Andromeda was a Gene Roddenberry show, I believe? Question mark. I mean, to be honest though, in terms of structure, I mean, I appreciate the idea. I'm just thinking of, like, in terms of, like, a producer's, like, that it feels a lot like what Voyager was trying to be. Like, if you have a show where they go to Andromeda Galaxy, it presumably be like a ship alone by themselves without a lot of resources, just in another galaxy, exploring different corners of the galaxy. And that feels like basically what Voyager was. I mean, you could do it better than Voyager, I'm sure. But I don't. It would probably need another thing. Like maybe if you want to go Mass Effect-y, like maybe they're trying to be like colonists, or they are trying to find something specific, or it would need a little bit more into that premise than just they're in Andromeda. But it's a good thought. It's a good starting place. You could definitely do it. And I agree, Reese B. Davies, Star Trek Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda is actually severely underrated. I didn't hate Mass Effect Andromeda. It did have a lot of bugs at the start, but I'm not someone who really hates bugs all that much, to be honest. But I think that Mass Effect Andromeda is very underrated. I actually very much enjoyed it. Wellington Smith, thank you so much for the super chat. You are wonderful. You are absolutely wonderful. Jesse, well, I was fire evacuated for a week. Your vids helped me stay grounded, sane, and spent. Oh, well, thank you. I'm so sorry that you got fire evacuated. I hope everything's okay. Is like your home okay and everything? Are you? That means you're here in California, so I hope you're staying safe. I'm really sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that I was able to help you through that time. But I'm also very sorry that you had to deal with that. So, sending you love, Wellington. Absolutely sending you love. Jesse, are you into other sci-fi series like Altered Carbon? There was a talk about the main character being sleeved into a woman in a future season. Yeah, sadly, Altered Carbon got canceled. I am. I mean, I'm a huge fan of. I mean, name a science fiction show. I've probably seen it. I'm like trying to think of like major ones. I mean, like I'm sure there's like small ones here and there, like Dark Matter and things like that I haven't seen. But generally, any major science fiction series that you can name, I have probably seen it. Like. Let's try that game. See if you guys can name a major science fiction show that I have not seen. You're probably gonna beat me in like the first one, but let's see if that happens. I mean, Andromeda would have made sense. That show would have made sense as a Star Trek series, though. To be honest with you, I'm glad Kevin Sorbo is not part of the Trek canon. I am not or like a major part. I don't know if he might have had a bit part somewhere, but I do not like Kevin Sorbo. He is not the worst human. He's not like Dean Cain level, but he's not great either. Earth Final Conflict. I have seen Earth Final Conflict. I actually read the book forever ago, I believe. Have seen Robotech. Have seen Alphas. Have not seen Lex. There, you got me on that one. I have not seen Lex. How about sci-fi books? Have you read Banks or Le Guin? Le Guin I've definitely read. Le Guin is one of my... In fact, I'm doing a video. In fact, that collaboration I mentioned earlier is going to be on Le Guin. Maybe that'll give you a hint. Who's a big YouTuber who's talked about Le Guin recently? Larry Niven I've read. Who's Banks? Because why am I blanking on Banks? Did you not say before you... I have seen I've seen The Expanse and seen every episode of The Expanse, and I've read every book of The Expanse. So, Expanse, probably my favorite show on TV right now. Space Above and Beyond I have seen. Power Rangers I've seen. Go Power Rangers. I will say I have not seen every episode of Power Rangers. That would be a haul. But I have definitely seen Power Rangers. Yeah, Roman J. Coleman, who's a YouTuber who I really love, just did a video on Lex like a month ago or something like that, and I enjoyed that. Ooh, Russell T Davies or Stephen Moffat as Doctor Who showrunners. I do know of the Culture series, but I have not seen Ian M. Banks. Have not seen Code Geass, but I do want to see it. But I want to... Russell T Davies or Stephen Moffat? That's a good question. I appreciate both of them for different things. I think Stephen Moffat... Or, let me get this right. I think Russell T Davies had a much stronger sense of character and character arc. Not to say Stephen Moffat couldn't do it, but I think Russell T Davies has a much stronger character arc and had much more flawed characters. Like his Ninth and 10th Doctor are very flawed characters. And I think he was much better at building out that sort of that character arc for those characters over the course of seasons. So I really appreciated Russell T Davies' focus on character arc. Stephen Moffat, I think, was brilliant at individual story construction. He has some of the most wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, crazy out there, wonderful concepts. But I don't think his characters were as strong. They all kind of got samey. Like, everyone's like, oh, the Doctor's great. They're always very quippy. Women, like, the Doctor is very clever and everything. And also, the way his story arcs go is they keep feeding you information but never fully pay off. Like, there's always, like, a new twist that just continues this, like, passes the storyline down the road. And it never really finishes in any super satisfactory way, I should say. So, I will say what I appreciate... my choice, probably, if I was going to answer the question if you, like, had a gun to my head, is I would probably pick Russell T Davies, but have Stephen Moffat write more episodes. Yeah, and I agree. Davies had higher highs but lower lows as well. I agree. I think I appreciate Stephen Moffat's stories, but I appreciate Davies' direction more. So if I had to pick, I would say Davies I would want to be showrunner, but I would have Moffat write more stories overall. I think is probably my take on that. Like, I would say, like, have Russell T Davies write less episodes, but have Stephen Moffat write more. Chris Chibnall, not the biggest fan. I will be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the last 2 seasons of Doctor Who. I like the actors and I generally like the characters, but they have not been fleshed out as well. And his stories ultimately feel like remixes of previous things that I've already seen. And it's not bad, but it's just a lot of remixing of things. So I am not as down on it as other people, but I will say the recent seasons of Doctor Who have not enthralled me. There's a couple spots here and there that I liked overall. Like Fugitive of Jadoon being a highlight. I did enjoy Spyfall Part 2. Where's the other one? Demons of Punjab, which I know is sort of a controversial one, but I really enjoyed Demons of Punjab. So yeah, it's not been a wash. Like, I don't think Chris Chibnall's era has been a complete wash. But I just don't think he's my favorite. To be honest, I don't think Chibnall's the best sci-fi writer. I think he did great on Torchwood because Torchwood was a much more grounded show. And he also did Broadchurch, which was not even sci-fi at all. So, honestly, I think I have nothing against Chibnall's writing on the whole. I think he's probably a good showrunner and a good writer. I just don't think he is the best. He is not the best at science fiction, I think is the best way to put it. I don't think he his writing is the best fit for science fiction series. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Yeah. So yeah, that's sort of my thought on that. All right, I will take one or two more questions, and then I'm going to bid you all adieu for the evening because I still got some work and everything. So what do you think? Last question or two. Take one more if anyone's out there. Whoever gets the next question in gets to have me answer it, because you're all talking to each other, which I appreciate. Like, love you guys. Pay attention to me. It's why I'm here. I'm here to dance for your music. No. I'm glad that you guys are talking to each other. I'd much rather you guys talk to to each other than I'd rather have the community talking to each other than me. But Miss Wicked Wolf got the last question. What are your thoughts on Tim Burton? Tim Burton. I like him. What I like about Tim Burton generally, especially older Tim Burton, recent Tim Burton less so, but older Tim Burton has a magic to him that is hard to replicate. There's only a few filmmakers that really can like make you feel this like whimsical magic of film. I'm trying to think of ones off the top of my head. Miyazaki is one of them. Steven Spielberg is one of them. And I would put Tim Burton in that category. He can have this magic to his film that make you feel like this very like whimsical wonderment of film. But as time has gone on, I think he has fallen into this trap of being more intrigued by his visuals than by his filmmaking. And so not that Tim Burton wasn't always about the visuals, but he was always able to add it with like character and story. He let the character and story sort of motivate his visuals. Whereas I think recent Tim Burton has been more about, he gets to do a cool visual thing, and then the story is sort of added into that. You see that with like Alice in Wonderland and even Dumbo, and a few other ones, where it's like he doesn't seem to really give a crap about the story anymore. He just wants to do a cool visual thing. And that's a trap that a lot of like big name directors get into. Like Peter Jackson kind of fell into that a little bit. A few others did as well. James Cameron kind of fell into that too, though I still think he has a decent sense of story. So I think that's probably the best way to put it. Like, I love the magic of older Tim Burton, but as he's gone on, he's gotten much more into focusing on his visuals rather than his story, which again is not a bad thing. Film is a visual medium, but I just think you need to have meat on the bones. It doesn't even need to have a great story, but your visuals need to be saying something. And I think the only thing that Tim Burton's visuals say is, "Look at how pretty this visual is." And so I think that's that's probably the best way to put it. All right, everybody. Let's wrap out. I have not seen much Classic Who. The only thing Classic Who I've seen is The Five Doctors. I will say that, Mike Harvey. Though I do plan on watching it at some point. Okay, so we're gonna do the normal wrap out. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for being wonderful, amazing, kind people. As I always say, doing these live streams are just a highlight of my week. Even when I'm tired or busy, the fact that I get to do this is wonderful, and you make it that possible. So thank you to all of you. Thank you especially to everyone who did super chats. I appreciate the generosity. It's by no means necessary or required, but I very much appreciate it. But generally, I just appreciate all of you just being here. You are all lovely and wonderful people. And I hope to see you all next week. And don't forget, I have Lower Decks. Lower Decks has a new episode tonight, so my Lower Decks review will be up this evening. And next week, I'll be back for another model build. We'll finish it off, hopefully. And I will send you all love.